Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there's Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And Holly, it feels like just 2 weeks ago we were in this car. Oh wait, we were. We are in the 2025 Mazda CX-70. If you can't tell by the red Nappa leather, that's not as easy as I thought it would be to say. In this video, we finally get to tell you what this is like in our daily life for our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, I joked in the intro, but it really does feel like we were just in this car.
Yeah, it feels like we own it at this point.
Not this exact one, though we did see this one while we were in Palm Springs. We spent a lot of time with this configuration, this being the plug-in hybrid. We actually spent the most time in a plug-in hybrid when we were in Palm Springs. But this is in that new melting copper color on the outside with the new red Nappa leather, very hard to say, on the inside, very specific to CX-70. I asked you in that one, I'll ask you again, what are your thoughts, especially in this new copper color, melting copper color?
Well, I do really like the melting copper color. And you don't like it?
No, not so much a fan of it.
Favorite? What color would you like better?
Blue.
Oh, I was going to say, going to say red.
Actually, red, blue, and purple.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. SFA colors.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but I like it, and I like like the style of it.
I was more thinking red, blue, purple, pink, and green, dark blue.
All of the colors.
Yes, all of the colors.
I like it. I like it.
Even
Just not
white.
All right. Well, Holly, what are your thoughts on the updated styling for the 70 versus the 90?
Yeah, I like it. It's not a huge change, but it's a pretty car driving down the road, I think. I like the front grille, and then they have a good, I wish there were a little bit more curves on the hood, but
and down the sides, like the sides are just plain.
A little plain, yeah. But they do have a good use of like sharp edges with the soft edges, I think. What do you think?
It's good.
Even after having it.
I think the 70 looks the way the 90 should have looked from the get-go. I remember the first time we saw the 90, I was like, something's a little off, and I think they fixed it here with the 70.
Yeah, it's nice.
Moving inside, I mentioned the red Nappa leather is exclusive to the 70. You can't get it on the 90. But the big story is the interior of the 70. We're missing something. What are we missing?
The third row.
Yep. No third row in this one, exclusively a 5-seater. And I asked you in one of our 70 videos from Palm Springs, do you, as a mom who's not super into cars as I am, do you care that this is the exact same exterior with a different front and rear bumper as the 90, but it has a different name?
No.
Does any of that matter?
Yeah. No, especially when you're talking about a jumble of numbers and letters.
Yeah.
That, that doesn't really make a big difference. Now, if it was like a Mustang and a Bronco, I mean, that makes a difference, but not when we're talking about a car that's this close together. I would mostly just be looking at the features of the two different cars.
Yes. Some people will say, well, Honda did it with Pilot and Passport. Well, that's not entirely true. The Passport has always had a slightly different body from the C-pillar back. This is the same body without the back seats. So a little bit different.
It still has the back.
Right.
Not the seats.
A little bit different than what other automakers have done. But yeah, the real story here is the rear storage, which I'll talk about after we put in Tucker's child safety seat. The back seat of the CX-70 is a really nice place to be because it's very roomy and spacious. This is riding on a 3-row SUV platform even though it is only 2-row. So you can see I've got tons of room sitting behind myself. I've got built-in sunshades here on the side, which I really like. We've got the massive panoramic roof. I've got tri-zone climate controls back here on the back of the center console. Unfortunately, that is where the vents are too. Not my favorite. I'd really like them up at the ceiling. Mazda, next iteration, let's put them in the ceiling. We do have 2 USB-C ports back here, heated outboard seats, fold down center armrest, 60/40 split bench second row seat. Lots of comfortability here, and oh yeah, it reclines too. So this is as far back as it goes, and this is as upright as it goes. Either way, I'm not hitting my head at 5'10". Very nice, very comfortable back here. And then we get all the same materials as we do up front, but that is not why we're here. We're here to talk child seat installation. Now, we did not have this with us in Palm Springs, so this is a first for us. You can see I've done nothing to this front seat, and it fits very nicely here. This is the same Graco Extend-to-Fit car seat that Tucker rode in when he was rearward facing. So I really like that a lot. Again, speaking to the fact that this is built on a 3-row vehicle platform, even without a 3rd row. When it comes to top tethers, we do have top tethers all the way across, but interestingly enough, I'll go ahead and show you hard latch points, hard covers for the lower latch points on the 2 outboard seats, just like with every Mazda product. So I like this. I like that they're color matched to the seats. And for us, only having a vehicle a week at a time, we keep them there in the center console. I don't know what owners do with them, having to keep up with them for the length of the time their children are in car seats. Do y'all just lose them? Sound off down below. But putting the lower latch points in, very easy. And then me, again, at 5'10", very easy to stand right outside the vehicle and cinch this down, tighten it up, nice and snug there. Now, a feature I really like about this, not all SUVs have a sliding second row seats, so I can actually still stand back here and tighten the top tether up without having to go around to the back of the vehicle, which is very nice, as you're about to see here in just a moment, because the length of space between the tailgate and the back of the seat is very far. I would not want to go back there to tighten this up. So secures in place very nicely. I will note, and I'll put some B-roll over, the backs of these seats are very soft, so I am squishing the Nappa leather, which isn't my favorite. I wish Mazda would give us a hard corner on the top of the seat, but otherwise, it is very easy to affix this car seat into place. Now, let's show you some interesting, unique, and fun cargo options that are available on this 70 that were not available on the 90. First, starting over here, since I was already over here by Tucker's child safety seat, the latch or lever to move these seats forward and back is right there. These seats move a lot. Then we've got a lot of storage space back here behind the second row of seats. You can see they just really built a platform back here in place of the 3rd row of seats available on the 90, but that does afford you some extra cargo space. So some things that you may not need to get to regularly, a California car duster, for instance, or some other items can fit back here very nicely. It is all foam lined, so it's going to help with sound control as well. So I really like that a lot. But now let's go around to the hatch and see what the total cargo capacity is like. Coming to the back of the CX-70, not much to set this apart from the 90. We do have that revised rear bumper, and the fact that it says 70, not 90 right there, but it is a power open hatch. You can just kick underneath the center of the rear hatch or the rear bumper, and it will open if you've got the key on your person. That is even with the vehicle running. Not all brands do that, but you can see we also have a latch right underneath the Mazda logo there. We do have this manual handle here and a power close button right there. But when you open it up, oh my goodness. When we were in Palm Springs, they compared this to a BMW X5, a Lexus RX, a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2-row, and all of those did not have nearly this amount of storage. I myself was blown away every time I opened up the hatch of a Jeep Grand Cherokee to see how much space was back there. this does it even better. You can see some remnants of the fact that this used to be a 3-row vehicle, or could be a 3-row vehicle, and the armrest and cup holders there on the sides. But otherwise, it is a very spacious cargo area. You can see we've got, because we do have the PHEV plug-in hybrid, we've got some inverters back here. So we've got some additional power, 120 volt, 1500 watt inverter that you can turn on just like that. We've got a couple buttons here. I can only press the left button for the power folding second row seats. So I can get even more cargo space back here if I need it. And then you can see over here, I have another inverter. So that's very nice. And then we have a cigarette lighter style outlet right there. But that is not the end of the storage playbook back here. I'm gonna go ahead, move that forward, because up underneath here, you've got all the requisite stuff for fix a flat. You've got all your tools for changing a flat tire, but where's the flat tire or the spare tire? Well, it's underneath this plastic shelf. And you can see there you have a temporary use spare with the subwoofer for the Bose sound system buried down deep inside there. So yes, you still get a spare tire even on this weight conscious plug-in hybrid. So I like that a lot. And then some more additional storage where the seats would be right underneath here. So again, some stuff that you're not going to need to get to very often, very frequently, can be stored underneath here. And again, just like right behind the seats, it is foam lined, so it isn't going to make a lot of noise. So lots of storage underneath the very plentiful storage here, just some additional bonus storage. And then coming to me, I'm 5'10". This is how wide the hatch opens. Interestingly enough, it doesn't open all the way every single time. You have to push it open to get the rest of the way. But there you have it. Plenty of room underneath it. Plenty of storage space back there behind there. And we'll go ahead and give it a close and go back to Holly driving. Plenty of room in the second row for Tucker, even if he was rearward facing. But then tons of room back in the back. And we saw while in Palm Springs how it compares to some other 2-row vehicles on the market. But what are your favorite thoughts? Favorite things and thoughts?
My favorite thoughts.
Your favorite thoughts. What do you lie awake at night dreaming about on the CX-70?
The CX-70. Well, I was super impressed with not only the amount of storage in the back, but how it utilizes that space as well. So it's not just like a big flat open back, although it can be, but there's nooks and crannies back there, and even some up here in the front that are not second in the row. Front, but second row, kind of behind the second row, that gives you space to put things, so it's not just like all rolling around. It can be more organized.
We all know how Holly likes to hide her stuff. She doesn't want it visible.
Don't want it visible.
She wants to bring it.
I want to bring everything, but I don't want to see it. I don't want everybody to see my crap. I just want to have it with me. So for me, we like to road trip a lot.
We have to. We live in Texas.
We have to road trip a lot. I have a kid, you know, so I would put some things back there, like maybe a swimsuit. So in case we like pop off and need to go swimming, we've got that. A first aid kit, you know, things like that you could keep back there that you don't need all the time, but it's nice to have it.
Yep.
That's how I would use it.
Yep.
Utilize that space.
Now, we've talked a lot about storage space in this vehicle and how much we like it. But that story changes a smidge in our area right now. Like, yeah. I feel for the largest Mazda vehicle ever made, there should be more here, right?
Yeah.
Am I off base?
Like that the glove compartment's lined. That's
and damped. Nice. Now that you know what that word means. But yes, very big glove box, very shallow center console, and not like a lot of, there's no like grab handle here in the door to put anything. You just have this pistol grip here. There's a little bit of storage down there.
There's like some cup holders here, couple cup holders here.
But it's just not, I don't know.
I feel like there's some other areas that could have had nooks and crannies up here.
When we were in Palm Springs, we had all our stuff and we're like thrown into a vehicle, go drive it for 4 hours and come back. I felt like, oh, I don't have any place for all my stuff. Oh no, it just felt
up here front.
overwhelmed.
Yeah. Where do you put your sunglasses? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can put them right there.
Right there.
There you go.
So
Just kidding.
there are a few places. I don't know. I just feel like there could be more. And that's coming from me. So, what are your thoughts on the design in here?
I love the design, and I do like this red, although you and I have talked about maybe not the copper color on the outside with red interior.
Interesting thing, I went on the build and price of the website. If you pick the copper color, this is the default interior choice.
Default. That's what they want you to choose.
They want you to have the exclusive 270 interior.
Well, it
with
makes
the
sense.
exclusive
It's the hero
270.
color, yeah.
But very interesting.
But I would probably choose cream.
Or black. Although
No,
I don't
cream.
really like black interiors.
Exactly.
Too much black.
It'd be
I like
too
the
hot.
contrast.
I like the contrast, definitely like the contrast. But this is all nice and squishy. I like that.
Even this is squishy.
You can tell that they've done a lot.
Okay, time out, pause. We'll come back to interior design discussions momentarily, but we are turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, where we can test the ride and handling. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there?
Not wobbly at all.
Not wobbly at all. How's yours?
A little wobbly.
Just a little.
Just a little wobbly. Here's the biggie.
No, there's the biggie.
Oh, here's the biggie. Well,
You hear it.
you hear it.
Yeah, it sounds worse, but you can barely feel it.
There you go.
Exactly. Yep. You can feel it. It's very smooth.
Yeah. So they've made subtle changes to the ride and handling of this over the 90 to account for the difference in weight of the two vehicles. They've made some subtle changes in the steering that may or may not trickle down to 90 or up to 90. But otherwise, I mean, it has been very comfortable in our time in Palm Springs with it and our time here in East Texas with it.
Yeah, it's been an easy car to drive and an easy car to get used to and an easy car to just like hop in and go.
Yes. All right. We'll get back to that now. We'll finish up our interior design discussion. Lots of differing colors, materials, and textures.
Yeah, I love that this is not that black
Yes.
that gets fingerprints all over it.
Gloss black is
That's nice when it
overdone.
looks- This is like a gray, a smoky dark gray. I like that.
Yep. So nicely done. Even if not the best interior cubby
the
storage.
buttons.
Yes. Physical buttons. Heated and ventilated front seats.
Nice.
Don't remember.
They don't recall.
No. Tri-zone climate. We can turn his off and on from here. We can control it from up here.
Head-up display.
But the vents are only on the back side of the center console. Yes. Head-up display. Fully digital gauge cluster. Lots of safety baked into this. I have a whole podcast interview with the head of Mazda Safety where we talk about things that they added into this and Mazda considers their core principle of safety. Safety should not be an option, is their philosophy. So everything comes standard.
Nice. I agree, too. You shouldn't have to pay more for safe features.
Right. Thoughts on the steering wheel?
I like the steering wheel, yeah. And like you said, we've spent a lot of time driving this, not only a couple weeks ago, but around town and stuff like that. And I like the steering wheel.
Yep. How does the steering feel? Going back to drivability, does
Pretty
it feel
smooth.
Yeah, does it feel too heavy?
Not too heavy.
Yeah. Kind of light?
It's not too light though.
Okay. Just right for
Just right.
Goldilocks. All right. Now, this is the plug-in hybrid. We have spent a week here at home with the inline 6 90, but this is the first time we've had a Mazda plug-in hybrid here at home. You are currently driving in EV mode.
Yeah.
This whole trip has been in EV mode. You get just under 30 miles of range on full electric on a full charge. How is this thing driven for you?
It's driven smoothly. The only way you can really tell that it's an EV is when you back up, it's got this sound. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, it's very, it tells you in the gauges, but I'm talking about the way it drives. You asked me how it drives. So I'm talking about the way it drives. And other than that, it's like super smooth.
Yeah.
And then it's been great because we haven't hardly used any gas.
We still have 370 miles worth of range, and we've put 120 miles on it.
Yeah, we can charge it at home though, so there's that. But yeah, I love plug-in hybrids, so.
Yeah, they really are the best of both worlds. We have run an entire day's worth of errands on full electricity. We come home, we plug it in, and we're good to go the next time we go out.
And not just in town either.
Right.
We've gone like out of town and come back.
And it takes 2 hours on our home charger to plug and charge to 100%. So, like, not bad at all. Like, it's very quick, very cost efficient. We are currently getting 2 miles per kilowatt hour in EV mode. Over the 120 miles that we've driven it, we're getting 69.5 miles per gallon. So we have used a little bit of fuel in the time that we've had it, but not a lot at all. That fuel gauge is on 1/8 down from full. So we have barely used fuel in this, and it's still comfortable. We can still get in and, as you said, road trip it across Texas, not having to find plugs, not having to do anything crazy. It's just you get in, you go.
But you could probably charge it depending on where you stay at the hotel that you're at, or if you stop at a restaurant, and that will save you on gas.
Yes. So
Yeah,
very
nice.
good.
But without the range anxiety.
Yes. No range anxiety. Just go fill it up. Plug-in hybrids really are great. And then when we deplete, because again, you're in EV only mode, when you deplete all the battery power from it, then it just goes into normal hybrid operation. When you come to a light, it turns on.
So you have to change it into EV mode?
No, you don't have to. It defaults into normal, which uses up all the electricity first and then goes into hybrid operation. So I'm really not sure the difference between normal and EV mode, but yeah, there you go. Then you can also do sport and off-road, but yeah, changes the colors of the gauges and such up there. Comfortable to drive, comfortable, roomy for a family of 3. Very easy, very nice. Any other thoughts before we talk about price?
Let's talk about price.
Okay, this is the most expensive version you can get. This is the Premium Plus plug-in hybrid. Has every option on it, which not an extensive option list. Comes pretty well loaded as is.
Okay. Yes.
Care to guess? Do you even remember from the presentations?
No.
Okay.
58.
So very close. 59 and some change.
59.
Doesn't even break into 60,000 as this one sits.
Nice.
So very competitive in the segment. The 70 does start more pricey than the 90 because 90 offers lower trims than the 70 does. 70 is aimed at a more premium, affluent kind of lifestyle persona.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada.
Maybe a little bit more like
Empty nesters.
empty nesters, yeah.
smaller
Active empty nesters, smaller families with older kids.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
But there you have it. Would it fit in our life, in our garage, at 60,000?
Yeah, it would 100% fit in our life, in our garage, and our lifestyle.
Okay.
And I like that it's a plug-in hybrid.
Well, there you go. Very, very good product from Mazda. And yes, we really like it. First mainstream Mazda with a plug in the CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Same powertrains as 90s, same overall appearance as 90. We've got some 90s stuff here on the channel as well. Go check that out. You can find Holly and Tucker and some behind-the-scenes stuff from them at Female Consumer on Facebook and Instagram. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. It's getting warm here in Texas, y'all. Camera keeps overheating. But until next time, gearheads, bye.
Bye.